Welcome back to the New Dad Order podcast. On this one right here, Ray and I take a little trip down memory lane and the nostalgia of what Saturday mornings were like for us growing up. The little age gap right here that Ray and I have paid off as far as the different styles of cartoons and what we were of what was available to watch to us. But nonetheless, it was fun and we had a good time reminiscing about that. Make sure you hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, drop a comment below. Let us know what your favorite childhood cartoons were. And now, let's go.
Welcome to the New Dad Order podcast. My name is Ray. We got Parfait over there.
How's it going, everybody? Ray, how are you doing?
I'm having a wonderful time. We're not going to talk about the weather, but it is hot out there.
Oh, it's great. I love it. Summertime's here. Let's roll.
Let's get it, man. And you know what? It's almost time for fall ball, too. Fall football, that is. So that's going to be fun. So what we got on the agenda for today?
So, Ray, I was thinking about after we followed up our little dad identity crisis, not that it was heavy, but it was a little bit different, but started thinking about some things of, I guess, our childhood, right? And one of those things was Saturday morning cartoons, because I have a 9-year-old and he does not watch Saturday morning cartoons because they don't exist anymore.
That's true. Yeah,
and
true.
I started thinking of, hey guys, want to talk to you real quick about a product that is really great for recovery that has just become a very vital part to me as I continue to age, and all these dads out there listening that are going through the same thing that want to make sure that they can keep their energy level up and get that rest that they need. Thirdsy. Thirdsy is a product loaded with a bunch of things, which one thing it does not have is melatonin, so you won't be groggy in the morning. Check it out. Promo code NDOZZZ to get you a discount at checkout. You won't be disappointed. It'll help all your recovery to get you ready for the next. My Saturday mornings and what they consisted of before it was time to leave the house or go see what your friends were doing or whatever it was. And it was always like, eat some breakfast, watch some cartoons, don't wake up mom and dad until they're ready to wake up type thing. And I have a little list of cartoons. And our age gap right here of about 10 years may make a big difference, because while I was watching cartoons, you were getting ready to go play college football, basically.
Yeah.
And so my Saturday morning routine, I'm just going to give you a few of my favorite cartoons. Mm-hmm. I think your facial expression or sounds that you may make will let me know if you've ever heard of them or not. And then I'm curious to see what your list is as well. So just a few. Without a doubt, I was a huge wrestling fan growing up, and they had the WWF, not the WWE, it was WWF at the time. Mm-hmm. And Hulk Hogan he was like the main character of this cartoon. It was like Hulk Hogan, Junkyard Dog, who else? Andre the Giant, and then the bad guys were like Roddy Piper and Mean Gene Okerlund. And that was it. I'm getting an impression that you did not watch this one as a kid?
No.
Okay.
I mean, I did enjoy wrestling.
Okay.
So did they have the Von Erichs?
They did not. It was a pretty small cast.
It was probably I think they were a little older, right? I think the Von Erichs were probably a little older.
Probably. I'm not sure. I don't remember them a whole lot, actually. I liked it. The Iron Claw. Actually, I think the Iron Sheik was one of the bad guys in the cartoon. The Iron Sheik was. All right. And then also, too, big part of my childhood was the ProStars. And ProStars was the cartoon that had Michael Jordan, Wayne Gretzky, and Bo Jackson.
Wow.
Yeah.
That was in the 90s?
That was in the 90s. That was in the early 90s. I was probably 9, 10 years old. And so, I mean, I was like, right. I mean, I was big into sports, and that was like the peak of me really getting into sports. Yeah.
Perfect.
And then, of course, Ghostbusters, which I think Ghostbusters, Ghostbusters was definitely around then. Mm-hmm. And then for me, GOAT was Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Like, I was a huge Ninja Turtles fan. That was it. Like, that was my solid lineup in the morning for cartoons. What about you?
So for me, I mean, unfortunately, it was back in the 80s.
All right. So well, I mean, mine was, late 80s, early 90s, as far as my memory goes.
I had a plethora of different cartoons.
Okay.
The Smurfs.
Okay, yep. I remember Smurfs being on.
Okay. Now the thing is, sometimes it would be the Smurfs. It was like a rotation sometimes, or the Littles.
Don't clue who that is.
Yeah, it's just a bunch of little small people.
So like Smurfs?
Oh, well,
Just
yeah,
not
but
blue?
They weren't blue.
Okay.
Yeah, they weren't blue. And then Scooby-Doo.
Okay. Yeah, Scooby-Doo, for me, that one resonates more as like an after-school cartoon.
It felt like that when I got a little older myself. But there was a little bit of that on Saturday mornings on ABC. And then we had Dungeons and Dragons.
So not only is it the game that keeps giving, it was also a cartoon.
Yeah, it was probably the best cartoon.
Settle down.
In the 80s there.
There's no shot. The best cartoon?
I mean,
well, what about Looney Tunes, man?
Well, Thundercats. Thundercats were there.
Didn't watch that one.
But I felt like that was more of a, because it's on this list, more of a afternoon cartoon, just like G.I. Joe, right? So G.I. Joe out of the 80s, more versus Saturday morning. But for me, it was that. It was Smurfs, the Littles, some.
Was G.I. Joe ever a movie in that time, or it was strictly a cartoon?
They had a cartoon movie later.
Okay.
I think it was later.
So you being the big toy guy, they made toys and then they made a cartoon. They didn't make a cartoon and then toys, right?
That's correct.
Okay.
They made the toy. So this is pretty. We'll get into it.
Yeah, we'll get into toys.
We'll get into it when we get into toys. Yeah.
And so, okay, but I was just curious because G.I. Joe, I didn't know if they made a G.I. Joe movie because that's one that translates into making like an action movie because they did make a live action G.I. Joe. I think it bombed later on in life.
Yeah, I think it was in the 90s when they made that movie.
Okay.
Because they were trying to get kids back in. Mm-hmm.
So Thundercats, Dungeons and Dragons, Scooby-Doo. I can get on board with Scooby-Doo.
Smurfs.
And Smurfs, yeah. And the Smalls. Never heard of the Smalls.
The Littles. The Littles.
Mm-hmm. What did it revolve around?
Little people that went on adventures.
Okay, all right.
And you know, when you talk about the 80s and how plot driven that they were very thin.
Podcast to talk to you about a new pre-workout, relatively new to the market, new to myself as well, but it's getting the job done. It's not loaded with caffeine like a lot of the other pre-workouts. So if that's what you're looking for, then this probably isn't the product. But it is based in nootropics, which actually helps brain function. So if you've ever deep dove into that, this is part of what that product has right here. Going to get you ready for the workout. I'm a 5 a.m.er. Like I said, I need it. A lot of flavors. Hit the link in the description. It'll take you to the website. You'll get a new dad order discount. Pick your flavor. Bunch of other products as well. They have canned energy drinks. So thanks for listening. Check out Dubby.
Oh, well, right. I mean, cartoons should be pretty thin.
Right.
I mean,
very thin.
So your cartoons, I mean, you were missing plot from your cartoons?
Well, no, I'm just saying that's probably, it was more like, ooh, colorful and just insightful. You know, at the end of the day, like, I mean, everybody knows G.I. Joe at the end of the cartoon. They give you a little... They give a little rule. Did you know this?
No, I wasn't a G.I. Joe guy. I don't know.
Oh, no?
No.
At the end of every G.I. Joe cartoon, you would learn something. Like, don't talk to strangers, and knowing is half the battle.
Knowing is half the battle.
You've never heard that
So that's what comes
phrase?
from G.I. Joe?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah. Knowing is half the battle.
There you go.
Yeah.
Learning stuff from G.I. Joe.
I didn't know you didn't know that? It's
No.
like one of those popular things. Okay.
I mean, I'm not surprised. I had my list of cartoons. I mean, and then, so... That would by far is my Saturday morning stuff. But I was also, I liked Looney Tunes. Were you a Looney Tunes guy or no?
Oh, yeah. I mean, who?
If you don't like the Looney Tunes, I don't really trust you as a human being.
Yeah, there's something wrong. I mean, the Bugs Bunny.
So we had DuckTales.
Oh, DuckTales was pretty cool, but it was.
But DuckTales
that was later.
Tunes, yeah.
That was later from. Well, no, it wasn't. It was like.
I don't even know what that was.
I don't either.
Yeah.
I think it was a Disney thing.
It seems like it should be. Scrooge McDuck. Mm-hmm. Right? That was
with Looney Tunes, it was like, with the hunter trying to find bugs.
Yeah, Elmer Fudd.
And then the Roadrunner.
And Coyote.
and the Coyote, which, I mean, come on.
No, those were
Just golden.
yeah, those still hold up. My little dude will watch. He went on a Looney Tunes kick because even though it doesn't show up on Saturday mornings, HBO, which is now Max, they have the Looney Tunes, and I think he watched every single episode that was on there at one point in time. So he would wake up and he would watch the Looney Tunes.
That's
And
the
then
thing.
Space Jam made it cool again too, and that's where he got into it because Space Jam, and then they made Space Jam 2 with LeBron.
With LeBron. How was that? I didn't watch it.
I mean, do you think he's better than Michael Jordan?
No.
Well, then you're not going to think Space Jam 2 is better than the one with Michael
Well,
Jordan.
no, I'm just wondering if it was
that's
any.
basically what, no, actually it wasn't. It wasn't terrible.
No? Oh,
No,
good.
they because the animation's so good.
And I think that's the problem with the culture set then versus today. It just, I mean, technology just blew up, and it was just, there's no reason to, like those stations couldn't put stuff on today versus, because you can just stream it,
Well, yeah.
just like you're talking about with Max.
So, well, what? All right, you're a big comic book guy. So, what comic books, cartoons were you?
Comic book cartoons?
Yeah, like I mean,
Okay.
isn't like I mean, Batman was comic book. They had
Yeah, that's DC. I wasn't a DC guy.
sorry.
Not too much. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm not sorry. I'm not sorry. I'm saying sorry because you're trying to get into the comic book, like Spider-Man and His Amazing Friends.
Okay.
That was something that was out at that time. That was pretty cool.
What about X-Men? My next door neighbor used to watch X-Men. I never really got into it.
I started watching
That's
that
not
later.
That's not Marvel though, right?
That's Marvel. That's Marvel, definitely.
So lost.
X-Men, mutated individuals. You were born with those powers.
No, I mean I get it because the movies were pretty solid, but as far as the cartoon, didn't really resonate with me.
No,
as far
I
as-
didn't know about it because it came out in the 90s. Just
Okay.
like we were talking about that.
Yeah, that
those
little
other-
age
yeah,
gap thing.
most of your-
Yeah.
100%. But I mean,
So were any of your cartoons in black and white?
no,
Okay, that was more of
No.
just taking a shot at
almost.
you.
Yeah. No, I was thinking about some other cartoons that I would watch. I don't know if before we would go to church on Sundays. I'm jumping to another day, but there was a Hanna-Barbera. I don't know if you remember that. Captain Caveman,
Nope.
Herculoids,
Nope.
Space Ghost.
Nope.
Who else was there? Those were my three favorites. Kung Fu, Kung Fu something.
Kung Fu Panda, I know him.
Yeah, I know, huh? No, it was a dog. He would turn into a hero. Yeah, it was.
I don't know that, but
these cartoons
they
came out in the
had a
60s.
remake of that though, or I don't know if a remake, but there is some dog that does kung fu that they made like a Netflix movie or something on.
Really?
Yeah, I know that because he watched it and I saw it and it wasn't bad. If it's the same one, I have no idea. But whenever you don't watch anything on Netflix, but you watch every preview, look up that. There's some like a kung fu dog or something like that. I know. Yeah, I think it's on Netflix.
I'll see if it's the same.
But I think it's a movie. I don't think it's a series.
So during your time, I know we're talking about Saturday morning cartoons. I mean, the culture set. It was like some breakfast. My mom was always up early. Breakfast, cartoons, and then out.
Pretty
And we're
much.
gone all
Yeah,
day.
yeah.
Right?
So I mean, you're going for most of the day. I mean, that was kind of it depends though, right? So because like where there was a time whenever I lived with my grandmother, like after my mom passed, where like it wasn't like we go outside and we'd have but we were if the cousins were around. But then like whenever I got a little bit older, I was kind of like phased out of the cartoon. Then we were like back in the neighborhood, so it was more like 12 years old to where it was like wake up and then go ride a bike and go meet our friends. So it really wasn't too much cartoons going on at that time. But even, you know what? Talking about the wrestling, they used to have Saturday morning wrestling and they had the Sunday morning wrestling. Sunday morning was like the big morning for wrestling back in the day.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah, because it wasn't Monday Night Raw.
No, but I thought it was more Saturday, like evening wrestling.
I don't know.
You're talking about real, like when
Yeah,
they
yeah.
actually.
Like the real one, like the cool stuff.
I
Like
thought it was-
the real wrestling.
Yeah, I thought it was in the evening.
But yeah, wrestling was big. It was a Saturday morning and then it was also Sunday. Like that was when wrestling was before it ended up going into like the prime time era of like Raw, which Raw was like that was high school days for me, and I mean, we were big into WCW and WWF. But the cartoon obviously was Saturday mornings, which was probably the lead-in to the actual wrestling. I don't remember that part of it, but no, wrestling was, I loved wrestling. I wish my dude liked wrestling now.
I was into wrestling for a little while.
And he did. You know what? He got into wrestling. We talk about Scooby-Doo. So on Max, there is Scooby-Doo and like a wrestling mashup. There's like a whole series of like the WWE or WWF, whatever it is, on Max of the wrestling superstars and Scooby-Doo. And they fought. I like Scooby-Doo. Now that I'm looking at it, I'm like, Scooby-Doo should have been on my initial list. I watched a lot of Scooby-Doo.
I'm sure you did, but I think it was more. So let's talk about that real quick. Cartoons when you got home from school.
Cartoons when I got home from school was Tiny Toons.
That's
Tiny Toons.
That's it.
For sure, Tiny Toons.
No, that's not it.
I don't know. But we watched Tiny Toons, Flintstones, and like DuckTales. I remember those three. And then I was also a big fan of Chip and Dale. That's a Disney one.
Yep.
The Rescue Rangers, right? Yeah, Chip and Dale Rescue Rangers.
Yep.
I had the bedspread and all when I was a little kid.
You watched Dora the Explorer?
I didn't. My niece did.
Okay.
Too old for that one.
So for me it was GeForce.
Yep, no clue.
So it was like 5
Just like
super powered alien, not alien, but super powered. They were given like abilities to like fly like birds. They had different.
I don't think any of
masks.
your cartoons hold up, right?
Oh yeah.
Everyone I've
GeForce.
mentioned, other than like ProStars, which was not there. I haven't heard of any of yours.
GeForce was of course it was stolen from Japan and then dubbed in English. They changed the names of the guys: Jason, Mark, Princess, Keop, and
Do you still watch these?
yeah.
You really?
And then as a matter of fact, I have Mark and I'm waiting for Princess to come.
What do you mean have?
Action figure.
Oh, well, yeah, me too. You want me to? I'll trade you.
No, you don't.
No,
we're
I don't.
not trading it.
Never heard of them.
No, I'm not trading it. And then, of course, G.I. Joe. We talked about
All right,
G.I.
G.I. Joe. Okay, so far,
Robotech.
Never heard of it.
Never heard of Robotech?
Never heard of it.
Robotech was aliens invaded the Earth, and then they had these Veritechs, these planes that would turn into plane robots and then into robots. So it's sort of like almost
Transformers?
like a mesh into like a move into Transformers,
Okay.
but it was a little earlier than.
Did you
than
watch Transformers? Was that whenever you were a kid? Or no?
I did watch Transformers, but not as, but because I was into Robotech before Transformers, I was
It's almost
more
like a DC and a Marvel guy. You know?
so, sorta.
I was being
sorta.
facetious.
No, it's sorta.
Sort of.
But I mean, they weren't the same. It's not the same thing, but they were transformable robots. But
No, I believe you. I mean,
but Robotech, you actually had a pilot versus Transformers were actually aliens.
deep diving into Transform. Mm-hmm. Well, no, you're clarifying it. It helps. It helps. It also further solidifies that you always make the comments about, dude, I was a dork.
Mm-hmm.
Really believe in you.
You got to understand something here.
Were you all your friends into this, or was it just?
Yeah, we would all run home, watch it.
So these
Sometimes
were
we'd watch
your
it together.
afternoon cartoons
Oh yeah,
after school.
Either watch it together sometimes, but we would watch it and we'd come out and play
Okay.
before.
Yeah, I mean, like you get home
knock
from
out the
school,
homework.
knock out the homework, eat a
knock out the
snack.
homework, come out and play, and we would talk about the episode.
Okay.
We're like, I didn't see it, so don't
Well,
talk
yeah,
about
because
it.
you didn't get the replay. Yeah, we didn't get the replay value that all these little punks get nowadays.
Right.
So you had to catch it.
You had to run. We ran home.
You know what else I watched too? I would, every single episode, without a doubt, I've seen is the Brady Bunch that used to come on after school. And obviously not a cartoon, but I never missed an episode of Brady Bunch. I say missed. I've seen all of the episodes. Obviously, it was always in.
No
replay.
way.
Yeah.
You've watched all the Brady Bunch?
Yeah, 100%. I love the movies whenever they did the
movies were the
movies.
best.
The movies were so great because like the writer was smart enough to put it into the let's keep them like they're still stuck there and the world kept moving. Yeah, it was ideal. I mean, even
That was the best.
the joke of the cutting the grass, that wasn't real. You know, they kept that in the movie.
Yeah.
So yeah, but no, Brady Bunch and some of the Nickelodeon stuff, which Nickelodeon kind of died, I think. I don't think kids really watch Nickelodeon nowadays. I don't know. Did your kids watch Nickelodeon growing up?
Dora.
Okay.
Wasn't Dora Nickelodeon?
Yeah, but like just well, because that was a big thing, like Rugrats,
Yeah.
Doug.
No, but see, my little one only watched Dora. That I can remember.
But that's like a little kid one. But like Rugrats and Doug. Doug was the other one. Remember Doug?
By the time she got older, it was just like you could stream that.
Do you remember Doug? Any clue what Doug is?
It was that the dude with the glasses.
I guess. I don't know. Let me show you what he is.
Looked like a little nerd.
Yeah, that's me.
With the big glasses. And it looked like, I think he had like a collared shirt on with a tie.
Not a tie. He had like a sweater vest.
Was it a sweater vest?
Yeah. And they had like the girl with yellow hair and like the green face. Doug.
Oh.
Yeah. Doug.
No, I don't remember Doug. I thought for some reason I was seeing someone different.
Yeah, Doug was awesome. I like Doug.
I was seeing someone different.
When did that come out? Let's see. Doug was the first episode. Yeah, that makes sense. First episode, 1991. Yep.
Oh, yeah?
You were graduating high school.
Yes. That's why I have no idea.
Yeah, so that makes sense. Last episode, 1999. I probably didn't make it to the last episode, but there was probably a few years in there where, 91, I was, 10 years old.
The only current thing that I've heard of is I don't even know if it's a cartoon, but maybe it's a song.
What?
That shark song.
Baby Shark?
Yeah.
I don't even know where that came from.
Yeah.
It's not a cartoon. It's just an annoying song.
That came out of the blue.
Yeah, it definitely came out of the blue.
I thought it was a cartoon for some reason.
Oh, it's just a very, very good song. And then they always made junior versions. You realize that? They did a lot of that. Where they had like Scooby-Doo, and then when they revamped it, they did like Scooby-Doo like Junior or something, where they were like a little bit younger and the animation was a little bit better. And then they had like
that, or was it guest spots? I always liked when they had guests on the cartoons.
Well, they had the guests. But like they updated the animation and they made it like Scooby-Doo. I don't know if it was Scooby-Doo Junior. It might have been like Scooby-Doo Junior. But they used to do that. They would do like Scooby-Doo and then they had Scooby-Doo Junior. And it was just like an updated version of Scooby-Doo. And they just kind of made the characters, the animation a little bit cleaner. And just did new stories. Oh. Yeah, they would throw that random Junior on there. And then the Jetsons.
Oh.
I like the Jetsons.
How'd you?
Because they probably...
Old.
Well, the Jetsons were after school one, which I've come to realize. I think like they would do the new cartoons on Saturday morning. The old cartoons got shifted to the afternoon. I'm guessing that's probably what it was. That would make sense because Flintstones and that was an afternoon. Jetsons.
You watch Flintstones as well?
Yeah, I like the Flintstones.
Oh, that's a great cartoon.
That was great. Flintstones. I don't know, man. I might even say that might be the best cartoon. That one holds up. That one holds up better than any of them. Of course.
Yeah.
Halle Berry's in there.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, I forgot about that.
Yeah.
Sad.
You should go back and rewatch that one.
Sad. That is
So
sad.
Halle Berry and Rosie O'Donnell was Betty.
Oh.
John Goodman was Fred. Yeah. Those were good movies. I'm not going to say a good movie. Those movies were watchable based off of the nostalgia of being a kid that watched the Flintstones.
Yes.
So whether or not they are actually good, John Goodman, I mean, he's a pretty good actor. Rick Moranis was Barney.
Oh, he was a good Barney too. Now that you
That was like prime Rick Moranis, like Honey, I Shrunk the Kids and all that era. But yeah, so all right. So of your list of cartoons, your cartoons that you had, what was your absolute number one favorite cartoon?
For me.
For you.
It's not fair, but it was Dungeons and Dragons.
Was it? Okay. But so mine, without a doubt,
on Saturday mornings.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like the one cartoon where your childhood, if I had to go back and, if you had to go back and be 8-year-old Ray, 9-year-old Ray, and you were going to spend the day there, a Saturday morning as 8 or 9-year-old Ray, you're going to wake up in the morning, what cartoon were you going to not miss? Dungeons and Dragons, that's the one?
Yeah, not missing that.
Okay. Yeah, for me, it's probably Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. I'm going to make sure we're going to watch Ninja Turtles. But the wrestling, it's not a cartoon, but wrestling on Saturday morning or the weekend period, that was a big no-miss.
That was key for you.
Yeah, without a doubt.
You know what messed me up? Because I was a kid that just, unfortunately, when someone would say something to me, I would sort of believe it.
I can see that.
I was very influenced when I was a kid. And I remember talking about the Von Erichs and the Iron Claw. They're like, that's fake, right?
Someone ruined that for you?
I'm like, what? Like, it's fake. They just played it. They didn't say they scripted, but they work it out, and it's all fake, and he's not really got an Iron Claw.
That's horrible.
I'm like, you got to be kidding me.
You know what was real?
So it was always
whenever
in the back of my head.
Jake the Snake Roberts pulled that snake out and put it on somebody, that snake was real.
In a way, I wish I would have watched wrestling like that, but I didn't.
You didn't?
No, unfortunately, I did not.
So
So for you, it was that and wrestling.
Yeah, but Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, definitely my favorite. And I would say that cartoon that holds up the best, I think it's Flintstones.
Yeah, I believe
I think
that.
Flintstones
I believe that.
better than Looney Tunes. Looney Tunes, I think, gets a lot of glam because, it's Bugs Bunny.
Mm-hmm.
But I think that you could put Flintstones on for kids of any time and they're gonna watch it. It's more of a story. Looney Tunes, there's 10-minute little clips of different, Bugs Bunny sketch, a Roadrunner sketch, Pepe Le Pew sketch.
It's tough to put them up against the Flintstones. Now, if it was somebody else of that in that rotation, they might. No, Yosemite Sam. Wow, man.
No, like they're good. But what I'm saying, like, it wasn't.
I
the
know what you're saying,
Flintstones
yeah.
was going to be like 2 15-minute episodes of the Flintstones in that 30-minute block or whatever it is. Broke it up into 2, or like one solid story for that entire thing. It wasn't like Looney Tunes that was just this 5 minutes of Bugs Bunny and Elmer Fudd, and then like another 5 minutes of Daffy Duck. And, whatever else going on.
Yeah.
So this was like, as far as like these characters interacting at all times, like the Flintstones, the Jetsons, the Ninja Turtles, the, Dungeons and Dragons, all those right there. I'm like, I think that you could probably catch the most attention of a kid nowadays with the Flintstones from that aspect. I think the Looney Tunes, obviously, yeah. Any kid will watch the Looney Tunes because, they're.
No, I agree with that.
So, yeah.
I think so. Little history. So, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Right.
Originally created by Eastman and Laird.
Okay, I believe you.
In the 80s, it came out as a hardcore independent comic book. They were about almost magazine sized. I remember riding my bike to Rita's in Sunrise. It was like 10 miles away from my house. I shouldn't have done it.
No,
it was a bad move. It was a bad move to buy my first Turtles comic, which is number 3.
Still have it?
Black and oh yeah, still have it. 3, 4, number 2. Anyways,
So
that TMNT that you saw on Saturday mornings was a kidified version of the actual.
Oh, so the real one's pretty intense.
Very intense, very violent. Yeah,
The more you know.
very violent. So it was pretty cool in the way they. Yep. So just a little bit of history of that, and obviously they've become a world sensation.
Yeah, no, Ninja Turtles are great. I'm gonna fans of all of them. Leonardo, my favorite. I can eat
Leo?
pizza. Yeah, I like Leo the most. And then
I go between Don and Raph.
Raph is a jerk.
I know. So it's between Don and Raph, and then in a close third is Mikey.
Well, I mean, he's dumb and likes pizza. We have a lot of friends like that. So, but I hope everybody enjoyed our little trip down our Saturday morning routine and the cartoons that we enjoyed watching. But yep, so make sure you hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, drop us a comment below. Let us know if you think that our cartoon picks are horrible, like Dungeons and Dragons. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, definitely the best one. definitely the best one. But Flintstones, yeah, pretty solid one. I think that one holds up today. But thank you for joining us on this episode of
New Dad Order.